Hey everybody, Mike, getting back to you with our third mission, Campaign Discography. This is the final battle between Alex Villette's Blood Angels and my Space Wolves, just for the campaign. 2,000 points. It's a little bit different this time. Alex is bringing some heavy support units, and I really agree with that. That's a good strategy because I didn't want to be OP against him, Having the flyer without him having any flak missiles or anything was horrible. And yes, Blood Angels have been fact, but they took all the facts off of GW's website. And so we don't know. We just don't know where to get another fact. We could go to Pirate Bay or all that shit. Just not. But we do know that the new coders for Space Wolves makes flak missiles 10 points and missile launchers 15. So universal for Space Marines pretty much, as far as I'm concerned. So it's just 25 points per missile launcher with the flak up. So he's got a squad of 10 with the Devies, 4 missile launchers, right? And then he's got a huge squad of Death Company.
I know that's two separate squads of 10 assault guys.
Okay.
And then a 5-man assault squad.
Okay, so there you go. And then he's got the Vindicator, of course, and the drop pod. And then he's got a much larger force of the Sanguinary Guard, right?
Yep.
Is there a priest in there too?
There's no priest, but they all. The one squad's got an Inferno's pistol with a chapter banner. The other squad's got 2 plasma pistols and death masks.
Okay, and they all have power axes, or?
Yeah, they're gonna have the glaive and carmine axe.
Okay, all right. So yeah, so they're all pretty badass. It's gonna be a lot of close combat this game. Probably gonna be ending about turn 3. Looking at the size of the table that we have and the overall speed of his army as opposed to mine. Although, when you shift over to this side, you do see there is a fair amount of distance between us, and I have a little bit to close that gap, so if I play strategically, I should be able to fight off some of his more overbearing models. Obviously, the Space Wolves, Storm Wolf, is going to be a key factor in this battle as far as getting my guys where they need to be. 5-man Wolf Guard squad, 3 combi meltas, 2 plasma pistols, 2 power swords, or 3 power swords, I can't remember. 2 power weapons in this squad, one's a Wolf Guard pack leader. That's the new upgrade for Sergeant that they gave us. It's the same thing. He can still take Terminator armor and all those things, but he's a little more expensive points-wise. It's a little bit. But it's good if you want to, say, hey, I'm going to put a Thunderhammer Storm Shield in my squad. And you know how much that costs for a Terminator model? 15 points. Of course, for the pack leader, I think it costs more, because he can't actually pull from the Terminator's entry list in the Codex. But these guys, just regular guys with power weapons. I think one of them has a flamer, if I'm not mistaken. The other one's with the guy with the Storm Shield. He doesn't actually have the Storm Shield, but he does have the power weapon. And they have the standard for the Wolf standard. And then there's the Devi squad right there, Long Fangs. 3 missile launchers, 2 plasma cannons. The meat and potatoes is right here. I love that phrase, meat and potatoes. Assault cannon, 2 wolf claws, Thunderhammer Storm Shield. These guys are just normal. They don't have power fist or chain fist. They're just normal. And then over here, 6 Thunderwolf Cav, 3 Lords. So there's 12 wounds right there. That's going to be the tough thing for you. I wanted to see how it fared against an army that didn't field an Imperial Knight. Because Imperial Knights are cheese. That's just me. So 3 Wolf Lords, all the same, except one is the Armor of Russ, and I don't think I actually gave him a Storm Shield. He's just got the 4+ symbol. But they all have 2+ saves. The 2 Lords have Artificer Armor and Storm Shields and Power Fists, so they're all good there. 2 Fenrisian Wolves to soak up wounds for these guys in case something goes crazy. They get lit up by Bolter Fire. Bolter Fire. It's crazy. Thunderwolf Cav.
Or a Demolisher.
Or a Demolisher. I can take wounds on these guys,
Yeah,
say, hey, you killed 2. Okay, you killed the wolves. Regular Thunderwolf Cav, they all have Storm Shields. They all have Frost Blades. So I'm actually going to swap out the 2 guys that don't have blades on their models, because it would make more sense to make the Power Fists look like Thunderhammers in this case. Just for you guys out there, I'm doing that for you. Alright, Rhino, he's actually going to be with the Long Fangs. I figured it was better to do that than to spend 220 points on a Space Marine Devastator squad, because we do have the extra weapon, and I'm not sure how much difference it's going to make, you know? On one side, you can take the armor and put them in the transport, but the Space Marines can do that too. See, that's the trick. So, I'm going to see how it works. And we're just doing straight kill points this time, Purge the Alien. We did do something really cool with the tactical objective cards. I got 2 decks. I got the standard one from GW that has, you know, like tactical objectives marker on it. And then I have the Space Wolves ones. So I'm taking my data cards, and I cut them in half pretty much. I took out all the stuff that has to do with tactical objectives and things like that, as opposed to like Heroes of Fenris, you know? Like for kill points, it actually makes a difference. Issuing challenges, or that actually is issuing challenges. Look at that. Subconsciously, I memorized it. Psychological warfare, failed pinning checks, stuff like that. But all you guys are like fearless pretty much anyways, right? So, except for maybe your heavies.
Yeah, that's true, because, well, they can suffer from the Red Thirst.
Yeah.
Which means they don't get the combat squad.
And then there's other stuff like this. Score 1 victory point if at least 3 of your scoring units and none of your opponent's scoring units are within 12 inches of your own table edge at the end of your turn. Hold the line. Stuff like that, because technically in a kill game, you know, everything is a scoring unit. So that type of stuff is really balanced. If you don't want to play with tactical objectives all the time and you just want to play Emperor's Will where you have the 2 objectives, just cut the deck in half. And save yourself the trouble of, you know, getting 17 victory points over your opponent, because nobody cares about that, right? It's for fun anyway.
At that point, all you're doing is running up the score.
Exactly. And if you guys watched our previous mission, you'll see I did it on purpose just to see how many points I get. I had like 17 or something. Yeah. It was ridiculous. It's broken. But there's ways to get around it. But yeah, that being said, we didn't roll for Night Fight or anything. We already rolled our Warlord traits. Except for you, I got the page pulled up for you. And we'll get back to you guys at the bottom of 1. Hey everybody, Mike getting back to you. Mission number 3 of our campaign is Sovereignty. I think we're going to call this one just The Brunt. Or something. We're going to come up with a name for it. It'll be on the title for the video anyways. But bottom of 1, here's what happened. I lost 2 Thunderwolf Cav models. That's 150 points right there. 2 wounds though, so you kind of, yeah. 2 Fenrisian Wolves. They just soaked up some wounds in combat. Over here, my first turn, my guys in this, well, actually, technically, it was your first turn because I didn't seize the initiative. So over here in Alex's first turn, everything moved up. Fast, heavy vehicle, moved 12 inches, was a quarter of an inch out of range. I was gonna give it to him, but he said, "Nah, don't worry about it." That's how we play. We just don't care.
It's fair.
You know, his guys moved up over here. They're what I'm gonna have to worry about the most out of everything else, because they got the power axes, and they just eat through my 2+ armor saves. These guys up here shot off some crack missiles. Did a lot of damage. They got like 4 pens. Yeah, all 4 hit, all 4 penned, and I passed 2 of my 4-up covers. So thankfully he didn't blow up, but I rolled an 11 on my leadership for my guys, and so they had to fire snapshots this turn. They shot and hit 1 Death Company guy. There was a whole squad of Death Company right here, and a drop pod right here, and so I couldn't kill the drop pod with these guys because they had to snap shoot. So I just shot into the squad, and I got 1-6 with a missile launcher. The plasma cannons couldn't fire, and then. In my assault phase, well, technically in his first turn, when they came in, they shot a little bit, put a wound on one of the Thunderwolf Cav regular guys. My Lords moved around after that because they couldn't assault, and his drop pod couldn't shoot its blast template because it counts as moving flat out, and it counts as a snapshot. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, though. Leave a comment below, because I'm almost positive I'm right about that, but nobody's 100%. Move my Thunderwolf Cav around to this side. There was 3 of them. They got dwindled down to 2 from overwhelming attacks. And some really good rolls. Alex rolled 5s and 6s that entire combat, except for when he's needed his invulnerables. So, that was crazy. I've never seen you roll like that, dude. He has 1 man left. One man, alone, fighting to defend the country he loves.
Betrayed by the country he loves.
Yeah, there you go, Transformers. The HQs are really unique now in 7th edition because you can join them up into their own squad, which is really cool. I'm thinking about taking, for an Apocalypse game I'm getting ready to get into, I'm thinking about taking 5 Wolf Lords. Actually 6. 5 Wolf Lords on a Thunderwolf mount with Artificer Armor and the 3+ Storm Shield and Frost Blades. Or Power Fist, depending on how many points I have for the game.
Let me know about that Apocalypse game, too.
And then a Rune Priest on a Thunderwolf, giving him 3 wounds as a Psyker. Toughness 5, Mastery level 2. You can do it. I think you can do it. I'm going to look it up. It'd be worth it,
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, charged my 2 HQs into his drop pod, smashed it to death. It exploded, but it didn't wound anybody. Or did it?
No.
Okay, yeah, it didn't wound anybody. These guys moved up. They caused 6 wounds. Suffered 2 in return because 2 of them were already wounded. I actually made some decent saves with them, I guess. I don't know. They died first turn, pretty much. This Wolf Lord issued a challenge, fought in the challenge, killed the Reclusiarch, or...
Yeah, just Chaplain.
Just Chaplain. And so that gave me 4 victory points. We're only doing kill points, like I said, and we kept tactical objective cards that dealt with kill points. Both of these had to deal with challenges, so I got 2 points off of that. I'm thinking about just discarding one of them and just taking the 1 victory point, because, stacking the same thing just seems kind of asinine. So yeah, I'm just going to do that. I'm going to discard this one, and then First Blood and HQ. So technically I have 3 victory points right now, and that's pretty much everything, right? We'll be back to you guys at the bottom of 2.
Hey guys, top of turn 3. In turn 2, a lot of stuff went down. There was some serious carnage. This tank is a wreckage because when this guy came in, he dumped out these guys, they poured in a bunch of fire, then they finally assaulted it and killed it.
Combi Meltas missed. Only one of them hit. And the Plasmas rolled 2 2s.
Right?
But at least they didn't overheat and kill themselves.
Exactly. Astroth, man, is the man of the hour this last turn.
So is my Wolf Lord. Completely whiffed all of his attacks.
Completely whiffed all of his attacks. Astroth, he's got him down to 1 wound. 1 wound. So,
Dun 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 dun.
The remainder of the assault squad's been killed off by these additional guys jumping in. These guys were picked off by some gunfire from the
Wolf.
Stormwolf.
Yep.
And these guys have managed to remain unscathed so far. However, sneaky Space Wolves.
Grey Hunters of Justice. Huzzah!
Outflanked.
Oh, look at that. It's shining on the screen.
Nice.
That's so cool. Look.
They've outflanked us, and I guess their inevitable goal is to try to assault us. But we'll see what happens in my turn.
Because he's still got all this on this flank. And they have freedom of movement, pretty much. And these guys in the background here, pretty much unscathed. I do want to take note that the Long Fangs actually did something this game. They got a pen and actually stunned him, so he can't move or shoot. He did lose his Demolisher cannon to Combi Meltifier, so I actually got a decent roll with that. That was what I was hoping for. And then the Plasma cannon from the Long Fang guy did not overheat. He shot all the way through all of this stuff and was an ace pocket. Got a direct hit on these guys and killed 2 of them. Because he got 4-up covers. We're really lenient about that, because and plus, if you look at it from my view, he would have given him 4-up cover. Over here on my side, what's died so far, a Wolf Lord, the Thunderwolf Cav squad, some Long Fangs, and some Fenrisian Wolves. So, not too much, but heavy losses, because each one of those was a major point cost to my army.
Absolutely. I mean, granted, though, in the amount of points, though, he is definitely taking it, if you look at the casualty block over here.
Maybe.
So, because, the Death Company by themselves are roughly about 350 points with everything I slapped on them. So,
Okay, yeah, that's not bad.
But they did do their job. They slowed you down. They also forced you to kind of have to deal with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got right in my face in turn 2.
Yeah. I just wish my drop pods could assault. But anyway, we're going to see you at the bottom of turn 3, and we'll see what happens then.
Later, guys. Hey there, everybody. Mike getting back to you at the bottom of 4. A lot happened in the previous turns. A lot of stuff died. I'll take you over to the dead pile first so we can kind of, give you a focus on what happened. A lot of the Long Fangs died, but they actually survived the whole game. I'm surprised, mainly because they tucked the tail and hid behind a tank, but hey, they survived, right? Plasma Cannon and the Rocket were the only ones left with the Sergeant, so they put a little bit of hurt on those guys. I think they actually made up for the point cost of their team.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
The Thunderwolf Cav, they got summarily killed off by gunfire and close combat. But one guy held on for a very long time. I'm proud of him. And then Wolf Lord got killed. My Warlord got killed by Astaroth because of his re-rolling failed armor saves thing. And that was really annoying because I just couldn't put up with it. Like, but he did a great job. He did take out Astaroth. They took each other out, both with one attack at the end of turn 3. And then that was really cool. So overall, with the Warlords and the HQs being on Thunderwolf mounts, I think it's definitely something I should keep in mind for 2,000-point games and maybe 1,800 or 1,850-point games because there's enough room in there for them. But that was my bread and butter. Did a great job. They did their points cost and then some. They killed Death Company squad. They killed
Chaplain.
A chaplain. They killed
drop pod.
Drop pod.
Plus sprinkling in everything else that they chipped away at.
Yeah, and one Wolf Lord survived. And that was because when he was down to 2 wounds, he called for assistance from his buddies. Kitty cat down here. And they decided, you know what, this is it. This is the moment. We have to protect our Wolf Lord. As in the lore states, they step up at the moment when it's just called for it. And he was like, I need you. I'm up against 8 people, and I've been severely injured. So step in for me. They did a great job. Wolfguard issued a challenge with one of their characters because they're all technically characters. He killed one of them with his character. I swung back and rolled 2s and 1s. The Wolfguard guys, though, the 3 power weapon guys, they all got their swings in on the jump infantry squad that was there. Caused only 2 deaths out of 6 hits out of like 15 attacks or something like that. It was ridiculous how many failed attacks I had. And then, so they only killed 2. There was 3 or 4 left. These guys stayed back the whole game, just gave that bubble effect. They held their ground as Grey Hunters are supposed to do. The Terminators really were instrumental at the last part of the game. And that's what they're supposed to do. I hate it when people say, Terminators need to be in assault by turn 2, but if you try to march them across the field or even deep strike them in on certain armies, you're either going to mishap or you're going to get killed by plasma gun fire. And I didn't really see a point in doing that this game. Most of this stuff was coming to me anyways. So they just waited for the right moment to do it, and they moved in, and they swung, and they wrecked face. The Thunderhammer didn't even get to strike. It was just an all-out assault in that last turn. This Rhino survived the whole game somehow. I think it's just because he wasn't a priority after what happened.
Yeah.
I could have moved those guys back into the Rhino, but then again, it would have just made him a bigger target, and I didn't want to risk missing important, crucial shots that I needed to make. So that's a little tactical right there. This guy did a good job. He got immobilized. I didn't jank because I wanted full firepower, and it actually did something, so it was worth it. What he did was he rolled, what was it? You rolled a...
Skyfire.
You rolled Skyfire rockets, which he didn't have to do. I did let him know that, but he only got 1 pen anyways. And because it would have been strength 8, and he rolled a 3 for that other one. So I would have given him that if he had actually gotten it. The Vindicator was taken out. I know we covered that before, but that was crucial too because if he had just kept piling blast comes into my guys, it just wouldn't have been good. He got off 2 shots, did his points worth. That thing's evil. But it's regular, you know. It's not like Forge World or Imperial Knight stature. It's just a regular Space Marine vehicle. So that's really awesome because I love those things. I'm gonna get one myself. I just don't know when. The Stormwolf did okay. He almost did his points worth, almost, I guess. He shot out with his Strength 8 AP1 Lance shot. Hellfrost, by the way, just throwing that out there. It hit one guy, killed him. Multi-Melta shot out, hit one guy, killed him. Lace Cannon shot all the way across the field down there where the Devies were. Missed, whiffed completely. This one couldn't do anything because, you know, it's off this way. I think that's pretty much it. Anything else from your side?
Well, not really. Just, you know, put up a good fight and fought as hard as I could.
Yeah.
But one of the most important tactics I've always seen is knowing when you've lost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. History's always stated that, you know, for some guys just don't know when they've lost.
Yeah. And
so I accept my defeat with honor, and because I fucking, excuse my language, I put a hell of a fight out.
Mm-hmm.
So I am proud of that.
Yeah, no, you did a great job. Alex, I always have fun playing games with you, dude. Like, I've always had fun playing games with you. It's just cool because we talk about the same stuff and have a lot of the same ideas, but we don't butt heads. I noticed that. Maybe it's because we're both like lackadaisy or something, I guess.
Yeah.
There was stuff that I accomplished with objectives, and I want to go over this because I didn't do it for the last 2 missions. I got Harness to Warp, so I got a victory point for that. I got Overwhelming Firepower, killed 1 unit. It was one guy, it was one Death Company guy that came out of the drop pod. And he was the one left in his squad. I hit him with some bolt gun fire. I got like 6 wounds on him. Alex made 4 saves out of 6, so I was like, come on, is this guy going to die or not? He saved it, though. And then I got Kingslayer, and I got 3 points on that. So that's only 5 points right there. And it's kill points, so, you know, he came back quite a bit. I'll let him tell you that. Blood and Guts, I destroyed 1 enemy unit in an assault phase. I didn't kill 3 in the same assault phase, but I don't care. So I got 1 point for that, so that's 6. And then Hunger for Glory, I got 7. So I got 7 points off of that, which honestly isn't too bad. It's not overpowered or anything like that. Pretty basic. So yeah, we're going to turn it around to Alex. And we're gonna let him go over what happened with his arm.
Hey guys, so yeah, I mean, you know, we were duking it out. We did pretty good. The few objectives I got, I only got 2 of them. One was Kingslayer, and of course the other one was Witch Hunter. Those were the only 2 major ones I got. They did help me in the end. I think the end score was 15-10.
Something like that, yeah.
Which isn't that bad of a margin, to be honest. I do recommend, if you want to spice up a kill points kind of mission, to do what we did with the cards, because it really does add another dimension.
Yeah. And I didn't get those extra, like, 4 or 5 points until the end of the game. You actually caught me. I was at 11 and you were at 10. Mm-hmm. It was only when I did the full-on charge I actually got some extra points.
Yeah. And, like, you know, Mike I agree with Mike, you know, the game could have gone anyway, but at the rate it looked, in my opinion, with the Wolf Lord still alive on the beast, you know, plus with the Terminators and with Longfang still on the field firing, my concern is that prioritizing my targets.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my major concern. And like I said before, most important thing is knowing when you lost and accepting it. So I pulled back and saved lives.
Yeah. But it was a good game. That is the end of our campaign of Sovereignty. So
I guess we'll hop over real quick when you get a chance. If you want to know the lore and stuff about what happened, you're more
check the link beneath our video.
Yeah. And hopefully I'll see you guys on that video.
All right, buddy. Epic handshake.
Epic handshake.
All right, man. I'll see you about a week or 2.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, depending on it, yeah.
Later, guys.
See ya.